Sorry about the angle of this video. I know that fan might get a bit annoying. It's just the best I could do where I'm working at the moment. Um, so what I've been doing lately, doing a fair bit of research into dopamine and the way it affects our well-being and addictions and stuff like that. I know my whole life I've been had, if you can call it this, a somewhat addictive personality. I can see a roller coaster of dopamine ups and downs throughout my life. I've always sort of been attracted to more intense experiences. Like, there's just, I can see that I just want, even if it's good or bad, just want these intense experiences. For some reason, I've just, always been drawn towards them. And like, I don't know, like if I look at my life, I did, I was a classical solo musician, soloist, and I was, then I went in to do a lot of drugs, and then I went to, I was a competitive boxer. I worked in a boxing gym, downhill mountain biking, and traveled the world on my own for a year. Just stuff like that. I've always just wanted the most intense experiences. I think some part of me knows that, or believes that, if I face the intense experiences, I get to heal more. But because of them, I think I've had a fairly roller coaster kind of life where, the way dopamine, as far as I understand, works. Once you have an intense experience, the brain's always wants to go back to homeostasis, but will always go back the other direction first. So if you get a lot of dopamine, it'll give you a lot less and then go back to homeostasis. If you have a really bad experience, it will go the other direction and then back to homeostasis. So it's always this roller coaster. The brain's always trying to send you back in the other direction. So I can see that the artificial things, the things I'm trying to avoid at the moment are the artificial ways of affecting dopamine as much as I possibly can. So, for example, caffeine. You can drink a coffee or, any drug for that matter. Take a drug and then just feel good about your life. You haven't done anything. You haven't achieved anything. You haven't, won anything. You've just paid money and consumed something. Caffeine, at a milder level than other drugs, gives you a sense of well-being when you have it. And it's a dopamine effect. So I've cut out caffeine. Porn, masturbation, those things. Porn is something I gave up a long time ago, and I went back to it for a little bit, but then gave it up again. Again, it's like a very unnatural thing, and it affects the dopamine a lot, and I think it causes a lot of problems. So that's gone. Masturbation itself, I don't think is inherently bad, but there is a dopamine factor to it. So I wanted to see for the challenge if I could control for that and really try to maximize everything. So no masturbation for the 30 days. And so no caffeine, no masturbation. I'm not watching during the week anyway, I'm not watching any TV shows or series or movies. I never really did a lot of that anyway. I told myself on the weekends it's okay to relax a bit with that, but I was going to use subtitles so I'm learning a couple of different languages at the moment, and socializing comes first to keep me healthy and happy. Also, I've got my diet on point, so just whole foods. I eat all my meat in the morning, meat with fat, and then try to finish maybe a low carb salad or some fruit, berries, as early in the day as possible, and then I get a better sleep. Water consumption, I'll do this in another video, but I've been really researching water, and just getting that on point, the proper water, the proper amounts. And so for the next 30 days, I've got that side of it where I'm trying not to stimulate my dopamine too much. And the other part of it is that I have a whole a whole series of things that I'm looking to achieve in terms of professionally and stuff. So I have about 5 or 6 different things that every day I'm going to practice them. So it's to do with studying and practicing and stuff like that. So I have been doing that for a few days now. Only 20 minutes each. If I want to do more, I can. There's 6 different things. So it's about, because I do 8 or more hours of my normal job, and then outside of that I'm doing a couple of hours of this and more sometimes. So what I'm finding already, even after a few days, is that I feel pretty good about my life. I'm not necessarily happy. I just have this sense of purpose that I didn't have before when I was screwing around, drinking caffeine, and not being so focused on goals and future. This sense of purpose tends to overrun a lot of other problems. So if someone annoys me or something negative happens at work, something doesn't go my way, whatever, it just doesn't matter as much, because I know I have this sense of purpose that I have things to do, I have things to achieve, and I'm achieving them, and it's big, but I can do it, and I'm doing it, and it's really good. It's just, you could almost say it's better than happiness, only because I can't really explain it exactly, but it just gives so much meaning to what can be very meaningless. And it just turns the volume down on everything except for the things I'm trying to do and the future I'm trying to build, and the process involved in that. So it's only been a few days, but I've got 30 days of this dopamine reset, just trying not to artificially stimulate my dopamine. I already feel pretty good doing things that I probably wouldn't feel good about before, but it's only been a few days, so it's hard to really tell. I guess that's the ultimate goal, is to see if the dopamine reacts better when I'm just doing menial tasks, or just tasks that I don't really want to do normally, stuff like that. Also, I forgot to add, the other part of the 30 days was I have to, in every environment that I'm in, that environment has to be clean and ordered. So just part of putting things together and being on top of, the environment around me. But yeah, so I thought I'd share that. I'll share how it goes during it, maybe, midway through 10, 20 days, whatever. But so far, so good. Thanks, guys.